Hello gang, hello friends, hello gang friends. Welcome back. Today we are doing, by popular demand, Plankton from SpongeBob. Thanks for being here today. My name's Jo. I forgot to say that my name's Jo at the beginning of my videos, though I guess the clue is in the title. My name's Jo, and these are the SpongeBob characters that we have painted so far. Today's one, because I've been following Ball Pit Addict's tutorials, she doesn't have one for Plankton, so I was very scared. But I did find one online by, we're using Lightborn and Royal Pink from Madame Glam, and we're going to ombre them with an ombre brush together. Yes, I found a tutorial online by... Oh, who was it? Do you remember? Oh, wait, I've got it. It was by Draw So Cute. She's on YouTube. She's got loads of easy to follow tutorials on there. So she's going to be a definite port of call for doing more characters and things. But this is the second one I did. The first one was awful. It wasn't awful. It was all right. I've roughly drawn out, that was what the first one was, I'd roughly drawn it out on my desk mat thing. So I'll show you how that came out at the end. But we're starting with brown gel paint. Are you ready? Scary bit, here we go. We're starting with calming down. An oval, and it's a bit wonky, just a bit wonky. An oval that's kind of leaning on a lamppost, like that. On the corner of the street, waiting for a pretty girl to come by. And then we're doing two U shapes right above it, but not touching. One there, and then one above that. This is his eyebrow. And we're not going to do the ends of the eyebrow yet because we'll faff around with that later. And then we're going to go round the oval with another oval, which is missing a bit at the top because that's where the eyebrow is. Okay, cure it. Get it in the lamp, full cure it. Get that shit cooked if you want. You don't have to. And then we're coming from just inside the eyebrow and following the curve of the eye and then going a bit straight. And then, what we're doing? I wanted it a bit wider. Just making that a little bit wider. And then we will... we're going to paint over the eyebrow because we're going to paint over them anyway, so it doesn't matter if our sort of mapped out design all crosses over each other. No, that doesn't matter. So then we've come over the top and then we're coming down the other side. And then we're going to come a little bit straight, but then we're going to, we're just going to come at an angle. So a straight line, but it's a little bit curved. And it's a little bit at an angle. And then this one's going to follow that angle. So it's curving, but not outwards like the first one was, curving inwards. And then we'll come out a little bit for his derriere, his bottom. And then we will come round. And then we'll just join the two up. And I think I have to widen the left side a little. Just going to join them up. So it's like a jelly bean standing upright, but it is a bit slimmer towards the bottom, I think. Oh no, I'm picking it up. Yeah, it's kind of a jelly bean on its side, but the bend on the left side here is like a big curve, but the other one comes in and then goes out a little bit to make his bum and then carries on with the curve. And then from here we're going to do a little candy cane. It's going to be his arm, and then we're going to curl it round because they're quite low down, his arms. So we're going to curl it round with a little curve, and then we'll just come down parallel to that first line and out a little bit, out of his body. And then we're going to go up to join the side of him, just like that. And then the other hand, which, took me a while. We're going to do a little curve there, a little upside down U shape above the hand we've already done. We're going to come downwards and then from the other side join it to make a sort of V. And then we'll do the same underneath. The starting, where we just started this second line, it started a bit lower than the right side of the top V. Yeah? We good with that? And then just joined up to the other hand. And then we're doing two sort of kind of a halfway between a triangle and an oval for his feet, legs even. And then we will add his smile. I have been full curing this as I was going. So we're going to start close to the left side is where our end point's going to be. And then this comes all the way around, following the shape of his eye, a big curve like that. And then we'll start this curve, not at the end, not there, but in a bit. And we'll come down, sort of following the curve of the body on the left again. And then from just above his hands, we're going to curve up to there. And then on the other side, we do start where the line ends and we bring it down quite straight and then sort of curve quite late to join that. Okay. Breathe. Now, I don't do what I'm about to do here, but I was just testing out which I preferred the look of. Top teeth and bottom teeth. So the top went all the way across, the bottom ended before we got to the side of the triangle, the side of the mouth. Where did triangle come from? And then adding a tongue, because that's what I did in my first attempt. And then I ummed and ahed, because I do like that. But then I tried it with this, which is just a straight line, not a straight line, a curved line, matching the curve of the top of his mouth. And then 4 lines for his teeth. And I decided to go with this. 1, easier. 2, I'd already done the open mouth with the tongue in my first attempt. So I thought, oh, let's do him a bit differently this time. Oh, don't know where they came from, but we're wiping them off, I think, to do them again. So the teeth, yeah, I did the bottom lines of the teeth a bit offset, but I don't think I do that when I outline it properly. So we're just adding 2 little lines, making note of where they are sort of compared to the position of the eyebrow. So one was in a bit and one was sort of at the very end, and they just go up and with a little curve. And that's it. You've drawn him. That's the scary part. Now you can take a breath. Okay, now we know how to draw him. We get to colour him in, which is the fun part. He has spiky eyebrows at the ends. So I've brought the top line of at the end of the eyebrow in at an angle. And then the same with the bottom one, brought it in at an angle like that. And then I've added an extra bit in the middle, just like that. And we'll angle, sort of make little V's between them. They're just sort of zigzags. And then we're going to cure that. Now, we are taking Lightborn, which is the colour we used for the ombre, and mixing it with a bit of white gel paint to create a sort of really pale, creamy yellow. And we're going to fill around, we're going to fill his iris, so not the middle bit, the coloured bit. And I kind of mess up the shape of the eye when I come to outline it when we get to the sort of final black outlines, but I think I rectify it. I don't know. We'll see at the end of the video. So we'll outline this, and then we will, again, I'm full curing everything as I go. Just do it. Because even this bit here, I thought that won't be hard to fill in. I'm doing this with white gel paint. And remember, don't take it to the end of that top line, just to where the teeth end. I thought this will be easy, but who knows? Could end up messing it up, need to wipe it off, and you don't want to have to wipe carefully because you've got wet stuff somewhere else. Just cure everything as you go. It's fine. So we will fill this in. This is the white gel paint from Madame Glam. You can get 30% off, a whopping 30% off everything at Madame Glam using my affiliate link in the description and the code MISSJO30. There's tons of other codes in the description. Always check them out before you buy anything. Just anything. I mean, unless it's, you know, if you're going out to buy a hat, probably not going to find a discount code for that in the description of my videos. But nail stuff you will. And some jewellery places and a handbag place. Yeah, it's quite a diverse bunch of codes. Right now we have, so we cured the teeth, the mouth, teeth. And now I've mixed some greens. I've mixed a bit of white gel paint, a bit of green gel paint, a bit of green gel polish. Because the first one I did was so dark. And I thought it was dark when I was doing it. I don't know why I didn't stop myself. I don't know. It's just being a wally. So we're going to go around everything. Everything we haven't painted yet, we're going to paint in green. And I'm doing little fades instead of speeding up painting the whole thing. I'm like doing a little fade and then suddenly some more's done. Suddenly some more's done. Which do you prefer? Would you rather watch the whole filling it in but just sped up because normal speed would take ages? Or like this where I sort of do a bit and then it fades and more's done but we're still doing it? You know, I need your opinions because I can't make a fucking decision to save my life. And now we're taking the green gel paint just by itself and we're going to do his antennae, antennae, antelope. I have to entertain myself somehow. And then we will cure those. I'm making them a bit thicker towards the bottom and pop them in the lamp. Now mixing a bit of the red gel paint with the yellow that we've mixed for the eye. I just get a bit mixy when I'm doing these things just because there's a bunch of different colours that end up on your palette. And I think, instead of looking in the drawer for a polish, the exact colour I want, because I like to use gel paint consistency stuff for these sorts of things, I just like to get a bit mixy. And it also means you use up some of the stuff that's on your palette, because you're using it for another part of it, and that's just less wasteful. So we filled in the pupil in that red colour, and now we're outlining. And once we've outlined, we're going to add some more stuff because he was looking a bit plain. He was looking a bit boring. Just didn't have much going on. So we do some kind of shading-y bits. So we're going to outline using the black gel paint. Just outline everything. Everything. All of it. Yeah. I was reading through some comments the other day. And one of them was on the video I did the other day with the Celina Ryden stamping plates, which are just incredible. Go check that video out. They're so cool. And the person said, "So glad you're doing normal videos again," or something like that. I hate your character videos, but didn't want to say anything. I don't class them as a hater at all. Everyone has their opinions. That's fine. But it was just a funny way of not saying anything, saying it. I'm still doing them. I know not many people watch them, but I'm still doing them. I'm trying to practice new skills and get better, so I may as well bloody film it. So the outline we've done for his body is a bit thicker than what we're doing everything on the inside. Look at the god-awful shape of his eye. I hope I change it. I think I did. So we're putting obviously less pressure down on our brush the thinner you want the line to be. And focus on where you're going, but also where you are. That's not for nails, that's for life. No, when you're painting thin lines and things, just kind of, it's peripherally look at where you're going, but also focus on what you're doing. But just not a lot of pressure. And yeah, it's just practice, I think, with line work. Just draw a line and then see if you can draw a line as thin as you can, then see if you can draw a thinner one. Then see if you can draw a thinner one. You know, and get sort of used to the different amounts of pressure you need to put down for different thicknesses. Right, his teeth. So we've outlined the mouth. We went over on the top lip, I guess. And then we've just done little curved lines for his teeth. Because he is sort of bent a bit, isn't he, at an angle. So we're doing that. And then we're going to mark out our hand again. So a candy cane that curves right round. And then take it out. And then I needed to make this bit bigger. So I made that bigger, and then I'll fill that bit in with some green. And then this one comes down and up. So two kind of V's, but they're not really that pointy because it's an elbow. And that one joins right up to his, I was going to say paw, his hand. And then we'll just do a curve going over it. That's going to look different in a second because I did it about 500 times. It looks a bit different now. But it was the same thing, just different. I needed to thicken it a bit because the arm on the left was thicker than the one you just saw me paint. So I thickened and edited it up a bit. And then outlining his legs and his antelopes. And we'll try and do the outline nice and thin and out of shot a bit. When I was editing this, I was having to crop and move around all over the place. I was everywhere. And the whole time I'm filming, I'm sure I'm sticking in the same spot. I check every time, look at the camera, check, yep, I'm in the right spot, come to edit it. It's like I was at one end of the room, another end of the room. I'm sure I was in Kazakhstan at some point. We're doing little straight lines across his antelopes. And then I'm going to thicken them up a bit. I did try to do them so they were like little rectangles that were perfectly square at each end, but it was just annoying me. So we just did thick lines and that's it. That will do. That will suffice. And then we're going to cure it and start adding. See, he looks a bit plain. So we're going to add some bits. So we're going to add a white dot to his eyeball and then cure it. Every single thing. And then what? Oh yeah, he has a little C shape here. Make a cheek and cure it. And now we're taking the Born Pretty BPSGO2, which is a jelly. So we're taking a green one and a yellow one, which is SGO3. Born Pretty codes in the description. And I have a video actually when I did a big haul with all this Born Pretty stuff. There's some really cool things. So if you want a closer look at those, then I'll link it in the description, just to give myself some more work to do. I've added a bit of the green that we used, the green gel paint with this clear, just because it wasn't dark enough. I think I've told a lie. I didn't just use green gel paint for his antelopes. I think I mixed it with a bit of the light green that I'd used for his body. I was just making up my own greens. So we're going to go down one side of his body and then down along the bottom of his arm on the left there. And then at the top of his head, we're just going to end it sort of there. And at the bottom of his body, it sort of wisps off and gets thinner towards the right leg. And now a little bit on the left of his eyeball. Oh, and then on the left of each legs, just making it up as we go along. And then we're taking the yellow one and doing just a bit under the brow and coming into the light yellow a bit, not on the red, just coming just to get a bit of a shadow. And now I'm taking the black from that jelliness collection. And it doesn't look like a jelly when I show the bottle because the brush is obviously, the handle thing is black, so it just looks opaque, but it's sheer. So adding a very, very, very tiny bit, so it's almost grey, under his lip, just in a sort of band along the top of his teeth. Don't take up all the teeth, just a little bit. And then I didn't think the green that we'd done was dark enough, so I just go over all of that with a really little bit, yeah, of the black jelly as well, just to kind of darken it up. Because I thought if I top coat it and it doesn't look very obvious, I'm going to be annoyed. And if you matte top something, I don't like double matte topping because I feel like it's going to be really dull. So instead of matte topping it to see what it looked like and then adding more, which you can do if it's shiny, I guess, because you can buff and retop and it's just going to be shiny again. But I just thought, let's go for it. So we're adding, I'm also adding some of the black a bit thicker on the antennas just to make them a lot darker. And then this, felt like a bit of a genius here, added that, do fill in that gap, under his arm, and it just suddenly gave him just a lot more sort of dimension. I mean, not that much. He's a flat cartoon character, but I just think it helped because he was looking a bit boring without any of that stuff. Added some purpley swirls, and that is him. I know, like I say, not many people watch these videos, but the ones that have, I know a few of you have said you definitely want Plankton. So here he is. Do you want to see the first one? Oh, God. Oh, I prefer like his open mouth. I think that's quite cool, but no, this one's definitely better. He was just far too dark. I hope it is just the people who like me that are here, because I have not shut the fuck up. And I kind of apologise, but sort of don't at the same time. Never apologise for being yourself. I hope you like them. All the videos are linked in the description for these. Thank you to Draw So Cute for the tutorial. The first one, the first Plankton, was Sans tutorial, which I think shows. Let me know what you think in the comments. I love to hear from you. Let me know about the sped up or the fadey thing. What do you think? I appreciate you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.